What's going on, everybody? Rob Ferretti here, and you may remember my last Turo issue, and I treat Turo as fair as I can. I highlight issues that I find, I show the differences between rental companies and Turo, and then I try to give them advice as to how they can improve their services and make it a better product. Because I'm not saying Turo is a bad product because I use them, or I did use them. But we recently had a rental where we had a cracked windshield claim, and we wanted to try to resolve that. So I was lucky enough to get a Turo rep from corporate who said, we're gonna help you out directly if you have any problems, here's a credit, this and that. And I was like, all right, no problem. And I get it, that's more of a PR thing, because you don't want people highlighting the crappy parts of your service. You want them to forget about all that and just tell you how they saved money or did something awesome. So I just brought it up, I'm like, look, we've got this claim that's being made on this windshield. It doesn't seem right, and I was trying to get them to help resolve that. And it turned into, what was it? They sent me an email. Let me read you the email verbatim. We went back and forth, and it was like, look, if you can just help resolve this, like, we can't help you, we'd have to help somebody else. And then I realized, eventually, if they can't effectively make you happy, I guess, if they can't ever satisfy you, or they just don't want you there, they're just gonna throw you off. Hi, Rob. Thank you for your interest in Turo. We regret to inform you that due to violations of our community guidelines, we have made the decision to close your account. It's too bad. Nobody likes to get kicked out of anywhere. Even if it's a crappy club, you don't want to get kicked out of it. At Turo, the safety and success and reliability of our community are the top priorities. Our guidelines are carefully crafted to protect these values, including the privacy and security of our members and employees. Publicly sharing the names of our agents can raise serious safety concerns and violate these guidelines. We want to reassure you that our agents followed proper procedures and adhered to company policies. Due to privacy laws, we're unable to share details regarding other guests' accounts, even when they're approved drivers. We understand this news may be disappointing, and while the decision is final, we truly appreciate your understanding and cooperation. All the best, Cody. Now, objectively, you don't have my understanding and cooperation. You have what feels like the intent to silence me. And if you read that email is effectively saying, we were looking for a reason to get rid of this guy, and we found one. And I think the reason is absolute horse crap, because the only emails I've been receiving from Turo are from support@turo.com. And then you've got a couple of first names, like Joe or Bill or Samantha, whatever it is. That is like the least private thing you can ever have. There's a person named Sarah who works at Turo. Boo her. No, first off, I'm not even making any attacks towards anybody. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm documenting the process. And just because I have somebody's first name and that they work somewhere globally on this planet for a large company like Turo is not revealing their personal information, and they're not in the witness protection program. They can walk the streets freely without fear of retribution for having given Rob Ferretti a bad experience with the platform, right? They can even wear a Turo shirt when they go out. It's absurd that they use that as a way to try to just keep me off the platform. But you know what? It worked, because it's a private company. They can keep me off the platform if they choose to. That's why you make community guidelines, so you can enforce them however you want. What they can't do, though, is prevent me from sharing other stories about Turo.
We will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight.
There was another one I just saw. Guy was like, oh, I'm documenting my Turo car. And I think this guy was a little bit harsh. He was pointing out there was fish eyes in the paint. Getting a little aggressive here. You're still driving somebody's car, but he rented the car, he saw the mileage, but same thing. He had baloney skins on the back with the cord showing, just demonstrating that rental companies are more concerned about maintaining the cars and properly doing services and stuff like that. Guys on Turo are getting stuff with accidents and just getting whatever they can to get it the cheapest, to rent it on Turo until eventually it gets crashed or something like that, where they can charge customers to stuff more money in their pockets to make the economics work better. Well, good news. I'm not going to be renting from Turo anymore because they're not going to allow me to, but you guys still can. And if anyone documents a bad experience with Turo that they want the world to know, you reach out to me and I'll send it over to Cody over there at Turo Support, and we'll see if we can help get this resolved. Because even though I'm not a customer, it doesn't mean I can't be a champion for you guys and share your stories to the world, and even ultimately, hopefully, will create a better platform, a better vehicle exchange between individual owners and people that want to drive them and save money in exchange for going out of their way a little bit or getting an older car or getting something like that. But nobody wants to get ripped off, and nobody wants their safety to come to the forefront of the process of like, oh crap, like this something is unsafe to drive. You want to know about it. I think I've been incredibly fair with Turo from day one, both positive and negative responses, but just in my brief Rolodex in my head. In Texas, I rented this girl's car. She said it was a 750 or 800 horsepower Roush Mustang, or 1100 horsepower, and she showed dyno sheets.
1200 wheel horsepower. Let's just say I've driven my fair share of fast cars, and either this thing weighs 60,000 pounds or it doesn't have 1,000 wheel horsepower.
If that thing was over 500, I would give you every vehicle in this garage. From a guy who drives fast cars, that car was probably like a bolt-on Mustang. There was no chance it was an 1100 horsepower car. I would have put it on the dyno. I will still, to this day, she can go try to make it 1100 horsepower. She's still full of crap. I've rented other cars where the tires were vibrating, their pieces were missing up in Canada. Like, the stories I share are not anything other than if I was dealing with an actual rental company, I'd have the same concern, and I would also report it to the rental company. When Six charged me too much for the wheel damage in Germany, when they charged me $2,000 for a curbed wheel, I'm like, hey, you're going to fix that. Why don't you just give me the wheel then? If you're going to charge me $2,000 for the wheel, I'm going to have somebody come pick it up and at least keep the wheel. They'll refinish it, sell it for $1,000, whatever it is. They're like, sorry, we don't do that. I call out bullshit when I see it. And this move by Turo was bullshit. So anyone who's got some documented bad experiences that want the world to hear them, Turo, you have now made an enemy of me. And when I say an enemy, I'm not going to lose sleep over you. I'm not going to do anything like that. But I will not go away now. Now I'm going to be even louder every time something comes up that I feel will help you improve your company and make it a better place for both the customer and the people renting the vehicles. Rob Ferretti, not taking the Turo home. See you next time.